for tuning in today. This is AMs with Annette, the UK business and coronavirus update. If you're watching on the replay, give me a hashtag replay in the comments so that I can come and say hello to you. Thank you so much for hopping on live if you are hopping on live. Now, as always, I am just going to pull up all the comment sections so that I can see your comments, of course. So whichever channel you are on, if you are commenting on this video, I am able to see your comments, your questions, all those good things. Thank you for those of you that are starting to hop on live as well. I do appreciate you joining me this morning. So AMs with Annette, your UK business and coronavirus update, happens daily every weekday at 11 a.m. UK. We are a tiny bit late in starting this morning, but that's okay too. So I am going to first, good morning, Frank. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, NPZD. I'm not quite sure how I might pronounce that. Good morning, Bud. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Stephen. Thank you for hopping on. I do appreciate it very much. So, for those of you that don't know me, if you've not seen any of my live streams before, my name is Annette Ferguson. I'm CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant and certified Profit First professional, and I help business owners take home more money from their business. Of course, at the moment, that is an incredibly challenging thing for many, many business owners, which is why I am doing these daily live videos to support businesses both during this time and, of course, beyond. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Do give me a hello in the comments if you are tuning in. I do love to understand and know who is here. Good morning, Susan. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, Mustafa. Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. So the Chancellor has said on Wednesday that we are now in a recession. Now, of course, officially, we are not declared in a recession until we have 2 quarters of contraction. But the fact that with coronavirus and the lockdown only hitting us towards the end of March, the 23rd of March from lockdown, that actually put Q1 into a recessionary state with this severe drop in the economy. It is absolutely certain that Q2 will be as well, and therefore that is why the Chancellor has already said that we are in recession in the UK. But of course, with recession, there comes a lot of failure, business failure, a lot of issues, a lot of unemployment, all those kinds of things. But there are often business positives that can come out of recession. We've seen it many times in many previous recessions. Businesses actually thriving. We often get innovation in a recession, and we often get a lot of new businesses starting in a recession. What we're hearing today from Boohoo, the fashion retailers, they're planning to raise £200 million to fund acquisitions during this time. They are wanting to take advantage of the opportunities that are likely to emerge as a result of the recession. So interesting news from them. We've also heard from other big retailers that they are looking at extra funding from their shareholders. For example, WH Smith and Jules are both doing those things. So, you know, interesting times can fall out of a recession. And therefore, if you are running a business just now, I urge you to think perhaps about what opportunities you might have as a business as we are in recession, and what that might mean for you in terms of what your business can do. Can you offer different services, different products, different price points, different audiences? What does that look like as a business for you in order for you to see your business strongly through this recession? So that's one big thing that I urge people to think about today, off the back of that news and off the back of people like Boohoo looking at actually getting in a really strong position so that they can potentially make an advantage from these opportunities that are likely to emerge at the moment and in the next few months, in the next year or so as well. We are hearing that some people are having difficulty with the self-employed grant, the SEISS. Now, on the most part, what we've heard on that is being very easy to apply, very straightforward. A huge number of people have already applied for the self-employed grant that is available to those who are self-employed. Important to note, you are not self-employed if you're a director of a limited company. Under UK and tax law. You have never been self-employed. You are a director and employee of a UK limited company. You are not self-employed, even though, of course, when you apply for a mortgage or something like that, you are treated as self-employed, you are talked to as self-employed, and you're even required to fill in forms as if you are self-employed. And weirdly, the same if you go for universal credit. However, under UK tax and company law, you are not self-employed if you are running a limited company. You are self-employed if you are a sole trader or in partnership. Now, to summarize for people, the system has opened for people who are self-employed to apply for their grants. You are given a time and date slot to do that, to stop the system overwhelming. So if you are self-employed and you believe you are entitled to receive grants off the back of that, but you have not heard anything yet, then you should go to the SEIS eligibility checker on the government website. And you can put in your UTR, your unique tax reference number, and then you can find out what your date and time is that you can apply for this grant. You'll be able to then apply, and the money should be with you within 6 working days. So that is if you are technically self-employed. That is what happens with that. So that is the system there. But we are hearing that a number of people who are self-employed are having difficulty in receiving this grant. They are having difficulty in verifying who they are to the system. If that is you, then you'll need to give HMRC a call and speak to a manager. That's a level 2 or a tier 2 individual within HMRC. When you call up on the standard line, you'll speak to a tier 1 representative, a tier 1 person at HMRC. You will need to call up and explain the situation. You will then get passed to a manager for your claim to be manually processed by them. So that's what you need to do. If you are having issues verifying who you are for this self-employed scheme system, then those are the steps that you need to take in order to do that. They will ask you to confirm details that they may already hold on file for you. For example, one of the questions that is being asked is, who is your accountant that you have registered on file? So that is something you'll need to know and understand before you get on that call. But just so you know that it is possible, even if you're having issues verifying yourself electronically through their system. We are also hearing that more lenders have been added to the bounce back loans. The Bank of Ireland and Shipton Business Finance have already been added to the bounce back loans. There are also additional lenders having been added to the CBILS loans, and we expect that those lenders in time will also start appearing on the list for bounce back loans as well. Any questions or comments that you have as we go through, please do let me know in the comments. I am monitoring comments from all sources. At the moment, we are live on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course inside the Uncover Wealth community, my private community on Facebook, which if you are not a member of, I invite you to come and join. You just need to type in Uncover Wealth community in the search bar in Facebook to join me in there. That is the place that if there's big announcements happening, if there's big changes the government is announcing, that is where I speak about it first. So it's a great idea to get in there. It is also the place where I have exclusive content. So my Training Tuesday that happens every single Tuesday, believe it or not, happens inside the Uncover Wealth community. That is exclusive content in there. So do come and join me in there. Frank, thank you for watching, and thank you for letting me know that you're heading off and you're going to watch the replay later. If anyone has joined halfway through, then you can catch the replay on most of the channels you're watching. Of course, you will not be able to do that on TikTok. You can head over to my Instagram. I do upload that to TikTok. I do upload the live to my IGTV, or as well on TikTok, you can head over to my YouTube channel. It's on there too. And on Instagram, this gets uploaded to IGTV, so you can check that out there if you are missing some of this, this broadcast and you want to catch up as well. So let's have a look and see if we've got any questions or comments. If you do get value from what I share and you enjoy these sessions, I would love if you want to share this out on any of your social media channels, wherever you are watching. That would mean a huge amount to me. So thank you for people that do that. Good morning, Garrett. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you hopping on today. Holly is saying, oh, how to get UK citizenship. Holly, that you'd need to go to the website, the Home Office website, the UK Home Office website, to have a look at that kind of thing, and how you might go about that. There are various applications that need to be done and all those kinds of things. So have a look at the Home Office website on that side of things. So what have we got here? We also have that TfL, Transport for London, are getting a bailout of £1.6 billion after pretty much running out of money. Of course, Transport for London had a huge drop in passenger numbers, and they are now very much struggling. So the government has said that they will give them a bailout, but they are allowed to undertake a review of TfL's finances, and that is expected to lead to a fare increase. They have also said, the government have also said, they guarantee the return to full service rather than the 75% that Mayor Sadiq Khan was aiming for. So the government are taking control in that situation with TfL to turn around their financial situation after giving a bailout of government money, of taxpayers' money. So that is a situation there now. We've seen a lot of discussions about, you know, the government giving money to big business and what that might look like, you know, what should be allowed, what shouldn't be allowed, all those kinds of things. You know, obviously TfL is a massive part of the infrastructure of London, and therefore they have decided to bail out TfL with that amount. Good morning, Sapphire. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for saying hello. Who do we have joining us? Hello, Nicola. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Words Say Better. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. So we are also hearing, I spoke the other day about the leaked Treasury report suggesting tax rises would be on the way. Of course, many people saying, well, yes, of course they will have to be, but there is a balance between getting the economy restarted, encouraging spending, and then having tax rises and tax cuts and what the impact that then has on spending, and therefore the impact it has on a recession. It's a real balancing problem there for the government and for the Chancellor. Some stats have been released so that say a single percentage point increase, so from 20 to 21% in the base rate of income tax would yield £4.7 billion of additional tax in the tax year. A 1% increase on the higher rate of tax, which is currently the 40% band, so raising that to 41%, would result in an additional £1 billion in the Treasury's bank account. And interestingly, an additional 1% increase on the additional rate band, which would be putting it from 45 to 46%, will only raise 105 million. Now I say only, that is of course a huge number, but not even close to the 4.7 billion on the basic rate, or even the 1 billion on the higher rate of taxes. Significantly less in raising that additional rate. That's why, therefore, most people are feeling like a broad increase in tax for all taxpayers is likely. Now, whether they do that through a percentage point increase in income tax or something like abolishing the personal allowance, the tax-free amount, may also be a way to do that. We, of course, don't know as yet what the plans are, but when it comes to your own household budgeting and it comes to your own thought process around this, please bear in mind that you may very well be subject to more tax in the future, which if your salary level stays the same, then that is going to, of course, impact on your personal bank account. We also have to bear in mind, if we are business owners taking out a salary and dividend mix, it is likely that that situation is going to change as well. It's, you know, over the years, dividends have become less and less tax efficient for business owners to be taking home their money, but they are still more tax efficient than taking home a 100% salary. However, we have to expect that that may change in the future, and that some of those small loopholes or small allowances that still exist in the tax legislation will probably be closed. The Chancellor has alluded to this a number of times now. So again, for your own personal planning, understanding what that might mean in your life, in your personal finances, in your family's personal finances, understanding the impact of that is going to be incredibly important. As I have been speaking about for a few weeks now as well, understanding the impact of a recession, what that will look like on your business, massively important. And if you have not started strategizing on this already, I highly recommend you set aside some time to work on your strategy during a recession. As we go into a recession, what does that look like for you and your business? Now, if you want a hand with that, if you want help strategizing and understanding the strategy, then I am more than happy to help you do that. I do have my strategic chats, which happen at 3 p.m. on Thursdays. You have to register for them because they are on Zoom. So you have to register to get the Zoom link. And then you can come on live with me and have 10, 15 minutes talking specifically about your business and strategizing. That is completely free of charge. I'm not charging a toll for that. But I am streaming that out. So that is being part of my content, just so that you know. But if you want to be involved in that and you want help with strategizing and strategy, then you can go to annetteandco.uk/strategic chats, all one word. In most of the platforms I am streaming this to, that will be a link in my bio as well. So you can click to my bio, give me a follow whilst you're there, and click on the resources link, and you'll see strategic chats as one of the options. So you can connect there if you want to discuss what your strategy might look like as we are in recession, as we are in the recession in the UK now. So more than happy to help and support you do that as well. That is what I should cover off today in terms of the main things that have been happening and the main points that we have. Now I'm going to just have a look at the comments and see if there is anything there. Thank you, Abby, I love Jack. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for tuning in. We are talking about UK business and coronavirus and the various updates that are available. Let's see, what else have we got here? Okay, I think we are good on questions. On TikTok, it looks like I've answered all of those. Let's have a look on Instagram. No, I think we're good there. Let's have a look. Facebook, yep, I've got all of those. Any questions that you have, do let me know in the comments. Periscope, I've also addressed all of those. So I think we are good on the questions. So I am back again on Monday at 11 a.m. Same time, same place, wherever you are watching this session for another update on UK business and coronavirus. So I will be covering everything that is, released for the rest of the day and over the weekend on Monday morning at 11 a.m. As I say, on any platform that you are watching on. If you are not already in the Uncover Wealth community, I urge you to come and join me there as well. You can just go to Facebook and type Uncover Wealth community into the search bar. Then you will be able to come into the group. It is a great group to be in if you are a business owner. So please, I invite you to come and join me in there as well. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope that it is productive and that you have a good one and have a good weekend when it arrives. I am going to sign off now, but thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time as always. I know it's incredibly precious, and thank you for spending some of that with me. I hope you've got value from today's session as well. As a thank you for joining me today. So take care, everyone. Have a good one. We'll speak soon.